Welcome to Renovating Riches Radio, and today we are here with a wholesaler from San Antonio, Texas, Mr. JR. Thank you so much, man.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
So, JR, tell me a little bit about yourself. What do you do? Where do you come from? Bank account number, social security number, that kind of deal.
I'm from San Antonio, born and raised. Been living here all my life. I know this market right here.
Okay.
So actually, the way I got started in the business was I started from landscaping. You know? I worked a 9 to 5 just like everybody else.
All right.
And then I was just tired of it. I was sick and tired of working 9 to 5 just like everybody else.
Especially on the sun, right?
Especially in the sun.
Right.
You know what I mean? So my dream was always to flip houses and do developments or build houses and build things.
Okay.
I don't really know why, because none of my family does it. My dad doesn't do it. None of my uncles or aunts do it. Nothing. It always appealed to me. So I'd just be driving down the street and I'd see construction and it'd just catch my attention. You know?
Yeah, it was in your DNA.
I guess so. Yeah. So one day, man, I actually went on a cruise, right? Like a carnival cruise.
Right.
Yeah. When I was younger, and I guess I saw more of the world. I saw the Caribbean and stuff. I saw the nice cities in the Caribbean and all that. I got back, I was like, man, why am I miserable here?
Right.
I just straight up quit cold turkey when I came back.
Oh, wow.
No money.
Your landscaping job?
No, I wasn't landscaping. I was working with my dad, actually.
What were you doing with him?
So he works at the best way to describe it is like an AutoZone, but for 18-wheeler parts.
Okay.
So my dad's been working there for like 30 years.
Oh, wow.
And so he's like the manager, sales manager, because he's been there so long. And he wanted me to follow in his footsteps. And
he hooked you up with a job.
Yeah, but this is the thing, my dad's Hispanic.
Right.
So he kept me at the bottom. Like he wanted me to work hard and show all his people, that's my son. If you sit down, you're gonna
earn your spot, you know.
And I was like, no, I don't want this, you know. Yeah. So I just got back and I swear I just quit like that. Boom. No money. No money.
So
no
you went from landscaping into that job with your dad, or?
No. I went. That was like one of my first jobs out of school.
Okay.
I worked at HEB. Right. Bill Mellers.
So what was your first job right out of high school?
What would be that one?
HEB?
No. Yeah, I guess it was HEB. Yeah, I was bagging groceries. Bagging groceries, yeah. Cool. And then I started working with him because I would get paid $13 an hour. Okay. And it was a lot to me.
$13 is a lot of money for a 18, 19-year-old, right?
Exactly. So, but I did it for a few years, and then I was just like, man, I was so
drained.
It was just miserable.
Yeah.
I hated it. Every second of it. I was just like count down the time.
You were the kind of guy that's like, oh my God, tomorrow is Monday.
Yeah.
Or, I can't wait until it's, 7 p.m. so I can get out of here, or 5 or whatever your shift was. So you were going to work miserable pretty much.
Every day.
Wow.
Every day. I'd dread going to work, waking up in the morning.
How many hours a day?
It wasn't maybe like 10.
10 hours? That's good.
Yeah. So
what do you do from there? You went into landscaping?
Yeah, so from there, I just quit cold turkey. I got back. No money. I didn't have money or anything, but I had a Mustang, a 5.0.
All right.
You remember those box models?
Yeah.
So I had one of those box models, and I sold it.
That's from the 90s, the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, it was 89.
Yeah.
But it was souped up. It had nitrous in it. It had cams. It had Cobra rims, candy paint. It was nice. So I sold it for like $5,500. All right. And I was like, all right, I'm going to start this business and just try to work my way up to flipping houses. And I didn't know about wholesaling. I didn't know about none of this, right?
Right.
So I thought back then that you needed $100,000 to flip a house. So I was like, shoot, how am I going to get this money, right?
Yeah, you needed to have the money in the bank so you can go do stuff. That's how most people think.
Exactly. That's what most people think. And that's far from the truth, right?
That's far from the truth.
So, but I learned the hard way, but actually it built all my skills up. It gave me character. Right. So that summer I quit. I sold that car. I had $5,000. So I was staying with like my cousin or something, real cheap, So I bought a truck for $2,000.
Yeah, because Daddy wasn't gonna have you home now that you quit the job.
Hell no. So I bought a truck for $2,000. I bought a trailer for $500. I bought a lawnmower, because that's the only thing I knew I could do.
Yeah, you bought tools to go to work.
Because I didn't have no skills.
Right.
I didn't know how to do construction. So I literally bought like 5,000 flyers, bought those tools. I invested all of it, the 5,000, branded a little company, went to a little sign shop one of my friends has. He put it all over the truck, everything. Right. So me and my brother, we go all knocking on doors all summer long, right? And I printed out this little Google contract, like a bi-weekly contract.
Right.
And so we go knocking on doors and cutting grass all summer. I stacked like 30 of them, right? Like 30 to 40 of those contracts. And then I was like, man, I had an idea. You know what? We're making okay money. you know, and I go, you know what, I'm going to put all these contracts and everything in the business for sale on Craigslist. See if somebody buys it. And some dude bought it, or his dad bought it for his son, and he paid me like $20,000, something like that.
Oh wow! So you make 4 times the amount of money.
I made 4 times, and I was making money off it the whole time.
Right.
And I learned how to brand. I learned how to do sales. I learned how to start business from nothing. You know, like just that was a lot of skills right there that I learned. So then boom. So then I bought a bigger truck, bigger trailer, bigger tools, and I increased my skill set. So now we're not gonna cut grass no more. Now we're gonna do actual landscaping.
Okay.
But we'll still do lawns too. But now we're focusing on.
No, you want to do the pretty stuff.
The contracts, you know, like the $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 jobs. But it's still hard work. That's even way harder than lawn maintenance and just cutting you all wheelbarrow and rocks and dirt and all that. So we did that, and cutting trees. That's where the money's at too. We did that for about a year, and then I saved another 30, 40 contracts. And so I was working. I had some guys from Mexico working with me. You know what I mean? Yeah. And my cousins and stuff. And I had put your
distant family was coming here for the summer, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, not my cousins from here, but then I'd have guys from Mexico. Like we're just a big family, you know, go work every day. And I had put the business for sale one day on Craigslist, right? And I go, and then one day one of the workers that was working with me, he comes up to me, he's like, hey, because I had put it, like I would have for hiring signs or on Craigslist and for sale signs with the business, right? And one of the guys came up to me and he was like, hey, I actually want to buy your business. But he was working already with me for like 6 months.
Oh, wow.
And he goes, I was just working with you to see if it was a real business, if you were really making money. I was like, all right. I didn't believe him. I was like, all right, bro, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And he goes, no, for real, I'm going to come buy it tomorrow. And I had it for like $35,000 or something on the Craigslist. And now knowing back, I could probably sold it for more, but I was like, whatever. We're making good money and stuff. And so he comes to my house the very next day with a brown bag.
Straight up mattress money.
Straight up. Me and my cousin were sitting at the table getting ready for work, and he just comes in with a brown bag. We all thought he was playing. He just dumps it on the table. Oh, wow. 20s and 10s and 30,000. I'd never seen that much money in my life. I was still, you know what I mean? I was like, what the hell? I was like, all right. I got all the titles to the truck, and I give my phone number, all the contracts, signed it all over.
He's like, by the way, I'm not working today, dude. You got it.
yeah. So
that's funny.
Yeah, man. So that was a pretty big moment, you know. And then
that's good, man. So it cost you, how much did it cost you to set up that business?
Maybe like I probably spent like $8,000 to $10,000 because I got chainsaws and you know, a nice diesel truck and big trailer and stuff like that.
You made three times the amount of money you put into, basically, and you got your money back.
Yeah. So it taught me a lot of skills about sales and entrepreneurship, you know, just hustling, making it happen.
Man, this is what Renovated Riches is all about. That's why I ask people, like, where do you come from? What, you know, it's not so much about what you're doing today,
right?
But it's about the journey from when you first started getting out of high school.
Yeah.
You know, going to that job with your dad, and then, you know, bagging groceries at HEB, and then, you know, getting into the landscaping business and the contracting business and all that. And it proves that you've been growing and growing and growing and growing and growing.
Yep.
And there ain't no telling where you're going to get, because every time you cross a milestone, it's just bigger and bigger, and it gets bigger and bigger. So, man, I'm proud of you, dude. That's actually a pretty good accomplishment to be able to say, you know what, I had these 2 businesses and I sold them, and I actually did pretty good.
Yeah.
So now in today's age, I don't know if I would have taken the cash, you know, because you never know where that cash is coming from, and if somebody's chasing you. But
it was greenbacks.
Yeah, but if you don't, if you don't know any better, you're like, yeah, give me the money, I'll take it.
I was young, man. I was young, and I just never seen that much money in my life. And I was like, I was already thinking of what to do with it. I took it.
You already spent that money when you saw it. It's like, man, brand new Mustang again, you know.
No. I never did that. At the same time while I was doing that, I was flipping cars too. So I flipped maybe like 50 cars this whole time. I'll get Corvettes and Cobras and like nothing but nice cars, you know. And I'll drive them for a little bit.
What will you make a profit on each car? Like,
it depends. Like sometimes I make 5, sometimes I make 1, sometimes I make 10 off one, like supercharged Mustang.
Right.
So it just differed, you know. Just like sometimes I got them for better deals. So I was wholesaling cars, I guess, you know.
Yeah, you were but you were buying them, right? Or you were just contract? Or
no, I would buy them cash.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would basically just go buy a car and negotiate it on Craigslist, clean it up, detail it, and put it back on Craigslist with better advertising, better pictures, and better like, you know.
Right.
So because they had real whack ads and stuff, you know, and like no pictures. So I'd be like,
why didn't you do that?
Still?
I mean, stay there, yeah. It's good money.
There's
there,
nickels and dimes, like 1,000, 2,000.
Too much volume, right? You gotta do too much volume, and you sit on the cars for a little while.
Yeah, the houses is way better.
Right.
And I want to get out of the house going into the apartments,
Right.
But I'm still doing the houses because that's good income. But yeah, so after the landscaping company, then I started the construction company, and I didn't even know how to do construction.
Right.
So what I did is I basically had that money, and I just threw out some marketing, free Craigslist ads, JRH Construction, made it up, got a DBA. I didn't have LLC, got a DBA at the courthouse, $15-$20, right?
Right, $50. And
I would, so I definitely do not recommend this, but I don't even know if I can say this, but I would go to different areas in Craigslist, like from the nation. I go save their pictures of painting and roofing and stuff like that.
All together.
And I put it in mine in San Antonio.
Might work. Here it is.
That's probably illegal, so I don't know. We might have to edit that.
No, you're fine.
But
that's the truth. I mean,
that's the truth.
That's what people gotta do to come up with. Hey, this is what I do. You know. Now, if they ask you for a referral, like, hey, somebody that I can call to verify this, then you're in troubles, right?
Yeah.
Because you can show all the pictures you want.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when the people would call and I didn't know what I was doing, so say someone calls me for a roof, I was like, dang. I would just go be confident, And I'd done this many times with landscaping, not knowing what I was doing, trees, all that stuff, painting. So I'd just go measure it, take pictures, and then I'd call someone from like Craigslist with no license, no bond, you know what I mean? And then I'd get his price, and then I'd go get the license bonded price, and then I'd just be in the middle. So I'd sell them like that, but then I'd go tell the dude that I hire, be like, hey, let me work for you for free. You know what I mean? So I could learn. And then I'd do that for all the trades until I learned how to do everything. And then I started my own construction company with my own crew. And then we started working for a bunch of investors in town, but I was like one of the few that did everything. So an investor could come. I was doing $100,000 remodels in historic districts. Yeah. So they'd come and they just give me the keys and I give it back fully remodeled, additions, electrical, plumbing. I had everything, sheetrock. So it was like one of the rare ones that did that. My prices were all right, pretty good because I had my own crew, Do
you still keep contact of
I let go of that a while back.
Okay.
Yeah, it's better to subcontract it now because now I'm doing different things,
Right.
But yeah.
Okay, so how long were you a contractor for?
I was probably a contractor for like, 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So, or like 3-4 years, I don't know, something like that. It was good though.
And that's where you found out about investors?
That's when I found out investors. Yeah, one day I met this young investor and he did a lot of historic district flips. And he was young, he was my age. And I was like, dang, and he told me the same thing, like, man, you look my age. I was like, man, you look my age? Like, how are you doing this, How are you coming up with all this money? And they told me about private money, and they told me about finding deals and all that. And I was like, man, so I got my license. And then the rest is history from there,
Right.
Yeah.
So you got your real estate license, pretty much. You got a license as a realtor, and that's, you started working as a realtor, right?
Right.
And then, how was your evolution after that? Like,
oh, so I got hired, have you heard of New Western Acquisitions? Right. All right, so I work with them, and I knew a lot about the product. So when I started there, I was only there for 9 months, and I sold a lot of properties. And I went all the way up to number 3 in the whole nation in that company.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's where I learned all my, like, the numbers and all that. And I learned about, hard money and all that. So when I left, now I knew how to do the numbers, and I had the construction experience, so I could do my own flips.
Right.
And I had like hard money connections and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool, man. So when do you actually start wholesaling yourself?
Wholesaling? Well, I'm not really wholesaling right now.
Wholesaling, I would call it.
Wholesaling. So like doing deals.
Yeah, doing
flipping
deals.
houses.
Yeah,
and
flipping
all that.
houses.
Probably about a year and a half ago. Okay,
so it's just recent.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just started basically. I would say I'm a rookie.
Right.
Yeah.
You're an up and comer. That's basically what. But you're already doing more deals than some people have been doing it for quite a while.
Well, I mean, I focus on this is all I want to do. So.
Right. Yeah. So you're putting all your energy on finding deals, basically.
Finding equity, pretty
much. Being a deal maker.
Exactly.
Right. So are you buying some of these deals yourself?
Oh, I'm buying most of them, yeah. And I'm JVing with other people in the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the way to go. We do the same thing. We JV with people. Yeah. We buy a lot.
I try not to wholesale at all. I don't really wholesale. If anything, it's better to buy it, clean it, and list it.
Yeah, wholesale it.
Wholesaling is way better.
Yeah.
You know, if you have private money, I mean, clean it and list it. You'll sell it for 90% on the market.
Well, you know what happened to me, and back in 2017 when Harvey hit in Houston, I think I was wholesaling 17 properties. So it was a challenge because after that, there was a flood of houses, you know, in the area, and I was competing with the people that were really desperate now to offload them because they have flooded houses. So it can hurt you if something like that happens within your market, which in San Antonio, I doubt it. You're too far from the coast.
Yeah.
It's got to be something weird. This city is not known for flooding or anything like that.
Yeah.
But Houston is it's a swamp. So I got caught in the wrong end of the deal when I had all these houses I was wholesaling. Because I was buying them. I wasn't, you know, wholesaling any houses. I was just a deal maker. So I will go find a deal, close on it with private money, because I had private money coming from all sorts of directions.
Yeah.
Once you prove you can do it, and people start hearing about you, they bring you the money. They come with the money and they write you a check, say how much you need, you know, how many deals you got.
Yeah.
And so I had to adjust my business completely after that, because I had to become a wholesaler.
Yeah.
By pure need, because now I had all these properties that were more expensive than some of the stuff that was on the market.
Yeah.
So I either rehab them and sell them later, but the problem with that is there were no workers. All the workers were doing demolitions. They were doing flood work. I mean, we're talking about $200,000 homes that flooded. Right?
I remember that.
So I have 47 employees, and they all walk out on me. Yeah.
That's crazy.
On my construction side, because I was a general contractor by necessity. Because I didn't like turnkeying with anybody. I got burned too many times in the past, so I subcontract everything, but drywall, flooring, those kind of things, I have my own crews.
Yeah, that's basically what I did.
Well, and those guys walked out on me, and I had no people to do the work.
You have 47?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
that's
man.
A big crew.
I was doing volume, man. So, and then during Harvey, I had actually contracted another 15 houses. So I had 17 that I was working or that I owned, plus another 15 I was getting ready to close. Because I was moving volume every month. So I would clean them up, take pictures, do the yard, and pretty much list them back on the MLS and wait for offers.
Yeah.
And man, it was horrible. Offers wouldn't come in. They would come in very low. And every month you're paying those interests.
Yeah.
So after a little while, you start feeling the heat.
Yeah.
But thank God we were almost out of it, because we ended up having 35, almost 40 properties in our hands, and now we're back down to like 15. So we're on our way out basically. But during that process, I learned how to.
You're still going through it?
Also, yeah.
You're still getting rid of them?
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm still getting rid of them.
Wow.
Now they either rent or sell, or I sell them as is, because something strange is happening, which is the market is helping us out a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So now the values are increasing, and I'm able to offload them for what I owe, and I'm happy with that. Because at least I don't have that liability on my hands anymore. But anyways, this is not about me; it's about you.
I was gonna say, what about in that situation? Wouldn't owner financing come?
Yeah, but they're flooded. What do you do?
They're flooded houses.
Right, they're flooded already, gutted. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could owner finance them, but it's a tricky situation. If they were good to go, then yeah, definitely. We've owner financed a few of the houses, and it's working out fine. So you're a wholesaler basically. Flipper, wholesaler.
Yeah. I like that word. I like that one.
Yeah, wholesaling, man, is just at a scale, doing it at a scale, doing deals at a scale, pretty much. Which, by the way, we have an event October 4, 5, and 6 in Houston, Texas, at the Woodlands Marriott Convention Center. You don't want to miss it. We have a lineup that's crazy. People are coming from all over the country for this event. It's called Wholesaling Live 2019. For your tickets, go to wholesalinglive.com and use promo code JR for JR. If you're a JR friend, just put JR on it, and you're gonna get a pretty good discount. Or use Action Taker for me. We don't want to miss you there. Tickets are already selling fast. So, anyways, yeah. So, what does your business look like today? Deal wise.
Deal wise, I mean, right now we're probably doing like 5 to 8 a month.
A month.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I got 2 acquisitions,
right,
guys, and then I got a bunch of VAs. So I got cold callers. One of them helps with transactions, and I do a bunch of the data work.
Right.
Getting all the data together, and I'm just starting, so I'm figuring it out.
Right.
I'm trying to scale it, like you're saying. I research a lot of these guys and see what they're doing because they put out a lot of good content. Like I think that dude Rafael Vargas, he's going. I like that dude's system.
Yeah, he's big, man.
Yeah, Max Maxwell, he's cool.
Yeah.
I like study these guys. I joined a mastermind to help me speed up the process. And just networking, figuring it out, talking to the people that do what I'm trying to do. So,
which basically we're doing a networking event here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be doing it monthly. So,
yeah.
You'll be hearing a lot more about that. JR and I are partnering together for that, and a couple of his friends that I've actually been looking at on Facebook.
Yeah.
They have some shows or podcasts or something they do on Facebook.
HBHS.
Yeah.
HBHS. Shout out Michael and Charles.
Yeah, you guys are great, man. I watched a couple of their shows.
Yeah.
So
they're my boys, man. They do a lot of things here in San Antonio. Yeah.
Cool.
They got a big team here.
Cool. So you how long have you been a real estate investor for now?
I would say probably like a year and a half, honestly.
Okay, but prior to that, you were a contractor for like 5 years, right?
Yeah, and I worked with that company where I was.
Right. And you were there for a few months, right?
9 months.
So we can say that you've been in for 6 to 7 years, roughly.
Yeah, on the different sides of it, I guess you could say. Yeah.
It's all real estate at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You're either fixing it, or you're finding it, or you're buying it.
Yeah. You're right.
But you're in different ends of the spectrum. So, and where do you want to go forward?
Right now, I mean, I want to scale it. I want to get as many deals as I can. I want to spread market. I want to go into a few markets. And then once I get that, systemized and automated, I definitely want to get into apartments and land development. So that's my goal. That's where I want to get to.
Cool, man. Well, man, I appreciate you, JR. Thank you so much for coming here to the mobile studio. You have a blog, right?
We're going to start one.
You're going to start a blog?
Yeah, we're going to start a blog.
Do you have a name for it already on our YouTube channel?
I don't know. We got to ask her.
What's the name of it? Oh,
JR Hernandez.
So this is where we decide the name for
JR Hernandez 88. We'll just keep it simple. Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna do like a journey, you know what I mean? Because I'm just starting, and it's interesting stuff. I know a lot of people are into it and stuff. So I just want to document it from where I'm just starting right now to where I'm trying to take it. So
yeah, when I started flipping houses back in 2008. I flipped one house and I documented the whole thing, but pictures, never videos or anything like that. We didn't have the technology we have today back then.
Yeah.
And then I went and did a bunch of houses, but all my houses look the same.
They all look
the same paint color, the same flooring, the same backsplash.
That's
it was boring to go and take more pictures. It didn't make no sense. It's like it's the same kitchen,
different layout.
It's the same cabinets. It's just the same different layout.
Yeah.
So I think I am missing probably about 50 houses that I didn't take a single picture on them.
Wow, that's a lot of houses.
I don't have the before and afters. Nothing, because I was like, I was just by myself, so I didn't have somebody that can go there take pictures. I didn't have a team.
Yeah.
It was just me running solo, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I pretty much dropped the ball and didn't document all of those rehabs. But I wish now I would have done it because. Some of them were very extensive rehabs. 40, 50, 60,000 dollar rehabs on 12 to 1,400 square foot homes. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, not definitely.
But they look completely different. But now I regret it. So what you're doing is great. You're documenting the whole thing, and and you're growing your journey, right? So that's what it's all about. Taking action. So you are the definition of an action taker. Because you never stop. Since you started working with your dad until what you are doing today, you were always moving forward. It was always about moving forward. So that's what Renovating Riches is all about. It's about where you come from and where you're headed and where you are today And how do you turn somebody that wasn't, like in your case, a real estate investor years ago, 7 years ago, into what you are today, which is great.
Right.
So anyways, guys, we're at the end of the show. JR, thank you so much for coming again. We appreciate you. Look him up on Facebook, JR Hernandez. Look him up on his YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure he's going to have it out in maybe a few weeks.
Coming soon, JR Hernandez 88.
Coming soon. We're going to help him out with all these videos and all this stuff.
It's my first podcast, too.
You never been on one? You see?
I went on one, and then it cut off in the middle, so this is my first
That one doesn't count.
That one don't count, yeah.
You see, now you're going to be heard for thousands of people that listen to us and all the views that we get on YouTube and all that. So anyways, guys, don't forget to hit share, like, and subscribe. Go to renovatingrichesradio.com. Send us a message. Tell us what you want to hear about. Find us on Facebook. Find us on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Turn the little bell on. That way you get the messages on when the show is coming out. We're doing it every week. And I'm looking forward to see you again. Until then, you all have a great day. Thank you. Bye.